I'm just going to give it to you straight. This might be the best movie I've ever watched in my whole life. And I don't say that slightly. I'm not saying that for views. I'm not saying that to be dramatic. I'm not saying that for the hype. And I've had time to sit with this movie, and I still feel the same way. It hit me different. Completely different. And from the very beginning, it had me locked in. Because I need you guys to understand something. From the moment the movie started, I was hyped. The sound design, the music, the energy, the visuals, everything. It wasn't just a slow build up to a story. It was something that grabbed you immediately. It was like the movie was saying, you're about to witness something very important. Because I wasn't even fully settled in my seat yet, and I felt it. The emotion, the anticipation, the energy. And I knew right away, this wasn't going to be a normal movie night. This isn't going to be your typical movie review. No forcing negative controversy. No forced clip farm. No over editing everything into chaos. This is just me talking about a movie that affected me more than I expected. I've been a Michael Jackson fan my entire life. My first cassette player, the first cassette I got, was Jackson 5. And that's where it all started for me. This wasn't entertainment. This was personal. Going into this movie, I already knew something important. You can't fully capture Michael Jackson's life in one film. It's impossible. The fame, the pressure, the creativity, the isolation, the history, the global impact. No single movie can contain all of that. So I wasn't expecting everything. I was expecting a feeling, a story, a perspective. And I think that's where a lot of people go wrong. They expect an encyclopedia. I expected an experience. The very first scene made me cry instantly. And I'm not exaggerating. It hit me that fast because it showed something that immediately connected with me. The loneliness, the childhood that was taken away, the pressure placed on someone before they even got to live a normal life. And that set the tone for everything after that. From that moment on, my eyes were filled with tears. Not just from one scene, not just from the beginning, not the ending, but throughout the whole movie. Happy tears, nostalgia tears, proud fan tears, emotional tears. It was all constant. And at some point, I had to stop fighting it because the movie wasn't pushing emotion, it was forcing truth. And of course, we have to talk about Jaafar Jackson. His first debut in a big movie. Michael Jackson. He's playing Michael Jackson. His performance wasn't just special. He deserves nominations. I never saw Jaafar Jackson. Not once. I only saw Michael Jackson. That's the simplest way to put it. And I don't mean that in a casual way. I mean for the entire movie, my brain never reminded me I was watching an actor. That didn't happen. Not during performances, not during dialogue, not during emotional scenes, not during quiet moments. Nothing. The dancing was incredible. The movement was incredible. The expressions were incredible. But what really stood out to me was the humanity. He didn't just copy Michael. He captured him. The innocence, the softness, the nervous energy, the joy, the loneliness, all of it. And I need to be real with you guys. This is the best performance I've ever seen in a movie. 10 out of 10. No debate. People don't understand how hard this role is. You're playing Michael Jackson, one of the most recognizable faces in history. Everybody knows his face, his walk, his voice, his energy. And somehow, I forgot I was watching an actor. And that doesn't happen often. Not all of my tears were sad. A lot of them were happy tears. Watching his rise, watching his achievements, watching moments I've known my whole life brought to life. That hit me differently. Because you're sitting there thinking, that's Michael Jackson. That's why the world changed. That's why music changed. And I'm going to tell you something real. When the movie ended, people took their phones out, people started talking, people started leaving. But I stayed and I stayed and I stayed till the last credit scene dropped and the lights turned on. I didn't want the movie to end. It wasn't just a movie. It felt like an experience. Like time with Michael. Like revisiting something from my life. Something I grew up with. And when it ended, it felt like I had to say goodbye again. And I wasn't ready for that. And I'm going to say this once again. Jaafar Jackson deserves award considerations. Not because he looks like Michael Jackson. Not because he dances like Michael Jackson. But he made me forget that I was watching an actor. And that's rare. That's not normal. And that's not easy. That's something special. And I do understand what a lot of people are saying about like who wasn't involved. Like Janet Jackson, Diana Ross, and other relationships. But the movie wasn't based on them. It was based on Michael. Not everyone around him. And I understood that going in. So it didn't bother me. And I know a lot of people are talking about, oh, what about the allegations in his life? But what I think people are forgetting is this was a specific time in his life. So all those later events did not happen during this time frame. So for me, it didn't feel missing. The movie felt focused. My favorite moments weren't always the biggest scenes. They were the emotional ones, the quiet ones, the human moments. Those hit me the hardest. On a brighter note, we have to talk about Thriller. Because everybody felt that in the theater. And everybody knew that was coming. And it still delivered. It was still Michael Jackson. It was still history. And it was still culture. Even when Michael woke the family up, just to show them he bought bubbles was deeper than expected. It wasn't just funny, it was symbolic. It was loneliness, it was connection, and it was human. This movie didn't just show fame, it showed emotion, loneliness, pressure, creativity, isolation. And that combination hits different. So, where do I land on this movie? A perfect 10 out of 10. Not because it was perfect, but it connected. And a lot of movies nowadays don't do that for me. My first cassette tape was a Jackson 5. I grew up on this music. I grew up studying Michael, watching Michael, talking about Michael, defending Michael. And after all that time, this movie reminded me of why I became a fan in the first place. Like I said, my eyes were filled with tears for more than half the movie, but it was happiness. And I was the last one to leave the movie theater, and I made sure that happened. And then when I walked out, I wasn't thinking about criticism. I didn't care about reviews. All I cared about was Michael Jackson and his purpose on what he tried to portray to the world. But let me know down below in the comments. Did you guys like the movie? What was your favorite moment? And does Jaafar Jackson deserve nominations for an award? I do. But until the next one, guys, I appreciate y'all for liking, subscribing, sharing it. And like I said, comment down below. Let's talk about it. Until the next one, guys. Peace.